Hello, Year 3, and welcome to Lesson 2 this week of Drama and Music Week, and we are bringing Robin Hood to life. The date is the 23rd of March 2021, and the LO is to explore music and create a rhythm for the play. So, if you can get down that learning objective and that date into your books, while I just tell you what the steps are that we're going to do today. So, we're going to listen and describe incidental music for Robin Hood. We're going to discuss minstrels and look up the ABAB rhyme scheme. We're going to explore forest and character vocabulary to construct a rhyme. And we're going to use djembe drums to perform those rhymes along with music. And then we'll perform them in groups because this bit of music will be the bit of music that goes at the end of our scene in the forest that we started writing yesterday. Okay, take a moment to pause and get that date and LO down if you haven't already, and then we'll continue in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so, of course, this is part of our 2 weeks where we're bringing Robin Hood to life with the play, and today we're going to look at using music within our play as well. And there is the minstrel from Robin Hood. What a guy. He sings about Robin Hood, and he does it very well, as will we at the end of today. So first of all, we're going to listen to some music from scenes of an old Robin Hood film from 1938. Very dramatic, these bits of music. I want you to think while we're hearing them, how does each piece of music make you feel? Maybe if you've got a whiteboard or something to make notes on, this would be a good thing to do while you hear each of the songs. What is the tempo? Now, tempo means how fast or how slow the song is. And what expression does it have? Is it a happy tune? Is it sad? Is it dangerous? You can only tell by listening to each one. What I want you to do is make notes about that, and then we'll make notes in topic books afterwards. But let's have a look at some of our pieces of music. Okay, here we are. So, we're on a page here on a website called Naxos, which means that I can find all of the music from an old film, and there's a lot of different great music classic films on here as well. But yes, obviously we're looking at the Adventures of Robin Hood, and it looks like it's done by the Moscow Symphony Orchestra, so it should be very dramatic indeed. What I want you to do is write down a note of the tempo, so how fast or how slow it is. Write down the expression on how it makes you feel as well. Just make some notes as we go through some different songs. So, first of all, this is the main title, and it's when Robin's going to come into view in Sherwood Forest, jumping through the forest and hiding and being lifelike and full of action. Let's listen. It starts off quiet. Okay, so with that one, I would say obviously a very happy, upbeat sound. And the tempo is quite fast, isn't it? It's not slow. It's something to introduce the character jumping onto the scene and bounding around the forest. Make some notes on that. And when you're ready, unpause. And we'll have a look at a different type of song. Okay, let's have a look at Robin Hood outside, his entrance and a fight. It seems that he's going to be chased. Okay, so it's quite quiet, isn't it? But at the same time, there's a dark element to it where it kind of sounds a bit dangerous and like Robin isn't completely safe. Okay, let's hear when he meets a friend. What does this sound like? Think about what instruments we hear as well. Okay, so even we had a whistle in there as well. And that was about Robin meeting Little John, a jolly friendship. I think we could tell the difference between that and the dangerous attack. Okay, let's listen to the tournament. It sounds like a royal proclamation is going to be made. Make some notes on this, and then we'll move on to the arrest of Robin Hood. Sounds like a lot of rushing around and a lot of trouble for Robin in that one. I wonder what Prince John's tune sounds like. Prince John. Oh, very royal, very noble. Very quiet. Okay, I'm going to give one more then, and it's Guy and Robin Hood. Oh, a very slow, sneaky song from the sounds of it. A low tempo, but it's going to build. Yeah, very different. Okay, so there are a few examples of the themes that we can have in Robin Hood. I want you to make a choice of the one that you would have in your opening scene in Sherwood. Okay, now that we've made that choice, we're going to have a look at the ABAB rhyme scheme, because we're going to make a minstrel song about Robin Hood of our own. And an ABAB rhyme scheme we're going to look into next, because later in the lesson we're going to use the djembe drums to create a chant and perform it as part of our play. So, ABAB, that means that the first line is A, and the last word is going to rhyme with the last word of the next A line. And the last word of the B line is going to rhyme with the last word of the B line. So, my cat is nice. My cat is fat. My cat likes mice. I like my cat. See? So, ABAB. My penmanship is pretty bad, my printing's plainly awful. In truth my writing looks so sad, it ought to be unlawful. Now I've created one that's based on Robin Hood. There's a man called Robin Hood, he's great, we all agree. He takes the money to the good and hides up in a tree. So now you can guess what's coming. We're going to have to try and make some of our own. Now, I've got some vocabulary there on the screen for you with the different characters. Just think about the adjectives that describe Robin, that describe the forest, because it's going to be for scene 1 where you have Robin Hood in the forest with the merry men. Pause the video and see if you can write down some thoughts about how you will do that. If you've come up with some rhyming words already for A and for B, let's have a look at what we're doing next. Because we've got some vocabulary to help us even more, just to describe what happens in an action scene. And this will be helpful as well for our play script later. If you want to steal any of those words, go ahead. If not, we'll move on in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've looked at the music. We know that in number 1 we've chosen a song. Now if you want to go back in the video and look later for a quieter scene with more dialogue and see which bit of music that you would choose for that. I've gone for my scene 2 being the sheriff plotting against Robin Hood, and we'll use our castle scenery in the background of that scene as well. Have a look at those bits of music and choose one of the bits of music to go in that quieter scene. 3, 2, 1. So our task today is we're going to make notes on the different music used for each scene. So in our first scene, we have Sherwood Forest, and it's a lot more upbeat. It's the introduction of Robin Hood. But in our second scene, something's happening that might cause some danger. Maybe the sheriff and Gisborne are talking. So we're going to have to use different music with probably a slower tempo. I want you to use this writing note here and then put it into your topic book, filling in the gaps as you think they should be filled. So I will use a faster tempo in my opening scene because it will give an expression of joy and happiness and action and adventure from Robin. That's what I would say. And I will use slower tempo music in my second scene because it will give an expression of danger. My final scene, I will use, I think, fast, like active, faster tempo music because it will be the battle scene before the end. Okay, pause the video now and use that template to write down what your plan is for the different music you're going to use in your play. 3, 2, 1. Okay, very good. And then we're going to get on to writing scene 2. The quieter scene with the sheriff plotting against Robin Hood. Maybe he's coming up with a plan about how to catch him. Pause the video. Here are the characters if you need them. Pause the video if you need those. We've already got our character list. Excellent. And then once you're done, we'll move on to the djembe drums because we're going to come up with a tune of banging on the drums, or maybe you've something at home if you're at home that you can chant your ABAB rhymes to about Robin. Very good. And that's where we'll leave it today because we've got more stuff to do tomorrow as well, and we're getting on very nicely with our scripts and our plays. Well done, everyone. See you tomorrow.